Well, finally got a little bit of precipitation here today. It's been so dry. So what we're dealing with, we're at the residence here today. I was going to do an update on the 86 Cutlass. We got bad tires. And this thing has a dead battery all the time. So I'm just going to... What happens is, usually it'll sit for about 2 weeks because I never drive it. It'll crank the engine over a few revolutions, and then it'll slowly stop because the battery's dead. You come back out to it maybe 20 minutes later and it'll fire up on just enough battery power. Yeah, so wants to stall all the time. No connection because we don't have a trailer. So I'm going to pull this one ahead, just enough that I can get the Cutlass out. That's good there. I'll leave this run for the duration. I need to get a new battery for this one too. The whole fleet needs new batteries. So the 86 Cutlass, it also hasn't been moving anywhere. There's the spare, full-size spare on it now. I'll do this before the mosquitoes get bad, because out in the country, they get bad after 6 o'clock. I'll pull this ahead. Just enough that we can do a little walk around here. That's good enough. Alright. So anyhow, the car is all back together. The only sad part is that I need new tires. And the tires that I desire are simply never ever available. That's another thing about living out in the country too. I wanted a set of white wall tires for this, and I can't get them because they're basically non-existent, and that's just very problematic. So we can tell here the steel belts, they were starting to protrude probably for a while, and of course, you know, it would have went unnoticed for a while. Rough Rider, I mean, it sounds like it's a light truck tire on here. But in my adventures, I picked up a piece of steel and I can't even get it out of there. I tried poking it out of there and I just simply couldn't. So, luckily, I found some tires on Amazon for this car. The only problem is they're a little narrower. These are 205s, well these are 195s that I ordered, so I'm not going to be 100% certain if I'm going to even use them, because I might not like the look of them. So if I don't like them, well, even though the distance here to the rim is still the same, it's 75, but my mechanic says that the car will sit probably a half an inch lower, and I don't care for that at all either, because this car has a nice stance with what's on it. So he tried to go to a 215, and luck would have it, no, couldn't find any white walls for it in that size either. So he's like, well, there's tons of black walls, do you want me to just order a black wall? So I hemmed and hawed, and I said, no, I'm gonna try the Amazon thing first, and you know, if I can't take them back, well then so be it. I don't know. If I don't like them, I can throw them on the Cutlass project, I guess. The only thing is I paid $180 a tire. Basically with tax, they were $200 a tire. So, I don't know. Take it by day, I guess. And, yeah. I got dirty. Wife isn't going to be happy about that. So just one repair after another, right? I just did a flywheel and starter motor job to this. Now, just to worry about mounting and balancing brand new tires. Just really hoping not to have to go through all that. But it's always something. It's never ending with stuff like this. If you're looking to save money, never ever get into cars. It's just that simple. I mean, smooth running. The carburetor needs to be adjusted though. I can smell, I think the choke is actually sticking open. There's no heat riser pipe for this. There's usually a cage here where the heat riser pipe will hook into the bottom here of the air breather, and it's not there anymore. It's non-existent. So on a hot day, the choke will go off and it will idle low. But on a day like right now, it's damp, it's a little cooler for the 5th of June, it'll just stay on. Show you. Really drive it hard and get the engine hot. Anyway. That's another thing that needs to be looked at. So anyway, since the repair, all I've accumulated is 116,663 on the odometer. I doubt it'll be going much farther than that. And not until I got some new rubber anyway. 'Cause the tires that are on it now are no damn good. Felt like taking a chalk pen to them and writing NFG. Anybody knows what NFG means? I'm sure you mechanics out there do. Yeah, those tires are no friggin' good. So anyhow, yeah, I was driving it. I was actually heading to the shop with the car on a Friday afternoon. I was debating even leaving with the car. This thing had a wicked shake for a long time. I knew the tires were done, and normally I just try and make things go as long as I can before having to tear things apart, so which isn't a good thing either. So anyway, that tire, it blew. I noticed that the back end of the car was kind of doing one of these, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So anyway, I got onto the highway and it still kept doing it, and I was like, okay, something's not right here. So I pull off down a side road just off the highway, and I open the driver's door and I look back, and there it is. It's just flat. Mind you, the car isn't that heavy, so it was just, there was no air in it, but it was, the sidewall was supporting it, but you could just tell that, you know, it was flat. So yeah, $700 later, I'm sure. Mounting and balancing. Oh, it wouldn't be that much. $180 a tire with tax. Let's say $200 a tire. Yeah, it'd be more than enough actually when you think about it. It'd be $700-800. I'm just hoping that the tires look good and that I'm happy with them. My mechanic seems to think that it would only sit a half an inch lower, but that kind of concerns me, and they are narrower. I don't know. The door sticker is wore, so you can't really tell what numbers were on it. Oh, that light doesn't work no more. Actually, it doesn't even look like there's a... Oh, I see. I guess the socket must have fell out. Yeah, that was it. Anyway, as I was saying, my mechanic seems to think that it would be half an inch lower. But I was doing some research online. The Bromes apparently had 205 tires, where the base models only had 195. So it's not like it's a... Yeah, look at that. Fell right out. Probably wasn't even in there properly. I'm usually on top of stuff like that. Light bulbs and whatnot, if anything's ever there. Whew, I'll be able to sleep tonight. If there's something wrong with any of my vehicles, it concerns me. Like when this transmission was all tore apart, that was driving me nuts for the longest time. So anyway, I'll park this back in its cocoon. I want to build a pole shed here at the new homestead. I don't know when, but probably where the cube truck is parked, I'll probably build one there. Watch me back into that stupid tree. We're good. So yeah, I'll probably build something over there, maybe 4 bays long. I just won't tell the wife my plan until after I buy the lumber. No. But yeah, maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll build something and, you know, maybe have a concrete pad poured. It doesn't have to be super thick, it's just supporting vehicles. It's not going to support anything heavy like the cube truck. I might build like a, kind of like this, using this kind of construction. That's what my initial plan was, just 6x6s, and or those 8x8s, no, 6x6s, and just build something with a peaked roof like that. Except, you know, have it like a V, of course. But yeah, something lengthways, something that I can, you know, park vehicles in for the winter. That way there's not a whole bunch of vehicles at the shop. That won't be here. That'll stay at the shop as well. So the station wagon, you know, I'd like to build it long enough that I can park the station wagon under it. And this would be the longest vehicle that I would have in the fleet. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and park this girl too and call it a day. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Saturday night. Don't party too hard. We'll catch you later.